Hi everybody, it's Minx Laura123 and this video is going to be a vlog about my haunted house. So yes, for those of you that don't already know, I do live in a haunted house. So I'm going to be talking about some of the spooky stuff that's happened in this house over the years. And also I'm going to be introducing you and telling you a bit about this puppet of mine. And he is, I think, a haunted puppet. So he's called Colin, and I know some people might get a bit freaked out by something like this. I know a lot of people don't like puppets or dolls and things like that. So if you're a person that doesn't like stuff like this or spooky stuff, then this probably isn't the video for you. But yeah, I'm going to put him down on the floor just for now, but he will be returning. Okay, but yeah, like I thought I'd do a vlog about this because I always talk about like the house being haunted and stuff on my other channel here on YouTube, Minx Laura123 ASMR, and people like keep saying to me you should do a vlog about the scary stuff that happens in your house. So I thought I would do that. Now, to be honest, I'd never really experienced anything negative in this house, like when it comes to the paranormal, spooky things. Obviously, I'll tell you in a bit about things I have experienced, but I've never like experienced anything negative or dark or scary. Nothing's ever like attacked me, or like some people you watch on TV, like on Ghost Adventures, things like that. Like the people that get attacked like by ghosts, like they scratch them and like hurt them. I've never had anything happen like that at all, luckily. So, you know, up until Friday, which is a few days ago, I thought the ghosts in this house were very friendly, possibly family members who had passed on, etc. And that, you know, always made me feel a bit nervous, obviously, because as much as I love all stuff paranormal to watch on the TV, don't particularly want it in my house because I do get anxious. But as I say, they've never hurt me, and if it is my family, then that gives me a bit of comfort to know they're still here in spirit. But yeah, Friday kind of changed all that, and now I'm literally, I don't know, just really scared, awkward. Whew. Anyway, but I'll get round to what happened on Friday. It didn't actually happen to me. It happened to my fiance Nathan. And I know people say, "Oh, it wasn't you. How can you be so sure?" But trust me, I've been with Nathan over 5 years. You know, we are like literally soulmates. We're in love. We live together. And he knows me, I know him, and he is not lying. He's, you know, he's sworn on lives, he's promised, and I could just tell, like looking at him when he was telling me what happened, that it was definitely true. And I do believe that Nathan has the sight when it comes to seeing like spirit and stuff, like, which is really bizarre because he's not like religious or anything like that. He's not like into witchcraft or spirituality like I possibly was years ago. Um, but like I'm a very spiritual person, but he's not. So I don't know. Like I think some people may have the sight and they don't really want it, but they've got it. Some people really want it, like mediums and stuff. They, you know, they make a career out of it sometimes, or they do it as a hobby. But he doesn't want any of this, but he's got the sight of seeing spirit. But anyway, I'll get round to what happened with him in a little bit. So basically, I've lived in this house since I was about 4 or 5. We used to live in a different house, then we moved here. And I remember when we first moved here, I used to sleep in here. This is my mum's bedroom. And mum and dad had like a big double bed over there, and I was literally over there in front of the window. I had this little single bed. And it got to a certain age, I think, I don't know, 8 or something, and they said, "You're too old to be in our room. You're going to have to go in your own bedroom." And I was like, "No." Because I think it's quite normal, possibly, for kids not to want to go in their own room. You get a bit scared, you know, it's all dark at night and stuff. But I remember, like, the room that's now my bedroom, that, you know, has been my bedroom for many years, used to absolutely terrify me. Like literally terrify the shit out of me. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't look into the room. That's how bad it was. I used to walk along the corridor from here to the toilet, and I just couldn't like look. I'd be like, like that. Sometimes I used to actually do that. I used to get my hand and put it like that, so I didn't have to look in there as I walked past. And obviously I was only young, so I didn't understand why I felt like that. I just did. It was a very, I don't know, whenever I'd go in there, it was a very cold room. It'd feel like cold and just, I don't know, like it's all right now. Like I love my bedroom now. But when I was younger, I just didn't like it. It had lots of old furniture in it. They kind of used it as a spare room when we moved in, because this was obviously where I slept. We've got a little box room at the end, which is also spooky, actually. I'll get around to that. But that's just like a little spare room, and it's tiny. You know, it's got the boiler in it and stuff like that, but it is a very small room. So, like, they didn't want to put my bedroom in there. That's a medium-sized room. So I got that bedroom. And I don't know, I just didn't like it. I just used to feel there was something in there, or some things in there. I didn't like it. So obviously when I did move in the bedroom, they really done well. They you know, decorated it all pink, and I had like teddy bears everywhere and stuff like that. And they really did make an effort to look, you know, happy and positive in there, and kid friendly, you know, nothing like serious in there, all like, you know, pretty wallpaper and everything was like really girly basically and cute. But I still didn't feel 100% comfortable in there. I remember when I used to go in like to bed, I just lay there for like ages with my eyes open like that, looking around in the dark. And I used to have a little night lamp. I could not sleep in that room without a night lamp. I don't know, I just always felt there was something in there. I never saw anything in that room, but I just felt it. And I still haven't in this, you know, up to now, hopefully. I've not seen anything in my bedroom, but I've felt it, I've heard it, but I've not seen it. So anyway, so that's that. And then over the years, I've had things happen in the house. I've seen like really random, like bright lights come out of nowhere, and then they've just gone. Oh, there's just so, honestly, there's so many things. I can't remember everything, but there is so many things that's happened. I used to see, this is going to sound weird, but there we go. I'm not lying. I've got no reason to lie. But basically, there used to be some cupboards in this bedroom, and I used to see like a hand coming out of there. Now you could think just a kid's imagination. I'm a very creative person, so you know. But I swears down there was a hand coming out of that cupboard. Okay. And I remember telling my mum and crying about it, saying, look, there's a hand coming out of the cupboard. And she was like, Mum doesn't like anything scary at all, really freaks her out. But she did agree to get rid of the cupboards. Now, did she get a vibe as well? Or was she just trying to shut me up? Don't know. But she did get rid of it. And after that, I got cupboards in here and everything, and never felt that ever again. What else? What else? Just, I used to like hear like footsteps walking along the hallway, and I remember getting out of bed when I was a kid and just like looking, nothing there, no one there, but you could just, you know, the sound of footsteps, you know when someone's walking along, that kind of stuff. It all kind of got more active when my granddad passed away, bless him. Me and my granddad and grandma were very, very close. Like, they were like second mum and dad to me, you know, really, really close to them. And when granddad died, I was completely in bits, like really I was. And there were things that, like, spooky stuff that happened after he would pass away. Like, I remember laying on the sofa downstairs, and I remember falling asleep and waking up and feel like, you know, when you kind of awake but your eyes are still closed because you're kind of just waking up. And I felt like instead of laying on a flat sofa, I was laying on a pair of legs, like sitting in someone, like, you know, when you lay on someone's lap, and they were just like stroking my hair, and I just freaked out, and I thought, I need to open my eyes, I need to see what's there, who's there. And I opened my eyes, and there was just nothing there was nobody, it was just me. All the kind of hair stroking had stopped and everything, so I remember like freaking out. But then I thought, you know, is it my granddad? Is it granddad coming through to me? Is he comforting me, letting me know he's still there? And I remember there was, well, we've still got it, there's a big picture in our living room that hangs above the fireplace, been there years. Granddad always loved that picture. And I remember after he died, like, no one touches this picture, it's massive, it's in a big frame. And the picture kept moving, like being made crooked, and it was really weird. And then my mum would put it back, and it'd stay for like a week or so back to normal, and then we'd come downstairs in the morning, and this picture was like slanted again, crooked. It was just really weird, because he proper loved this picture. He'd always say about it, he loved it. And I remember going to a medium after my granddad died. Like, I'd never been to one before, but I really wanted to get through to him if there was such a thing as communicating with spirit. And they said some random interesting things, including, by the way, I didn't know this person at all. And they said, by the way, your granddad says he's the one that moves the picture in your front room, and he described the picture to a T. Okay. And I was like, what? It was really weird. So after that, it never went crooked again or anything. It just stayed straight. So that was pretty weird. But yeah, like I don't know. I'd like to think that he was still with me. So it didn't scare me. There's plenty of times that I'd feel someone sitting at the end of the bed. You look, there's nothing there. I don't know, like I'd smell like, 'cause my granddad used to have these certain sweets called Werther's Originals, and he always used to have them in his jacket pocket, and I'd always probably have one with him. And I remember like Werther's Originals have like a distinct smell, and I remember like sitting here one day and just like smelling this scent of Werther's Originals, thinking, well, I haven't got any Werther's Originals, and it was such a like strong scent, and then it just like out of nowhere, which apparently is a common thing with spirit. They create like a scent, a smell that you'll recognise them for, and then it just goes. So yes, anyway, so things like that have happened. And then I met Nathan, who's my fiance, and when he moved in, like he'd never met. Sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. I've got to get comfortable. He'd never met my granddad because unfortunately granddad had died before I got with Nathan. And I remember one night I'd fell asleep on the sofa. I always fall asleep on the sofa, but I'd fell asleep on the sofa. Nathan was watching TV next to me, and I remember when I woke up, he was like, I don't know, like Nathan looked really freaked out. He'd gone as white as a sheet. He was just like really weirded out. And I was like, babe, what's the matter? And he was like, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. And then we started to have a little bit of a row because I was like, no, there's something, something up with you. Like, tell me what's the matter. And then he said, well, you're not going to like it, but I've just seen a ghost. And I'll never forget when he told me, I was like, what? Because, as I say, I'd felt things, heard things, sensed things, but I'd never, like, physically seen a ghost. So I was like, no, you're probably imagining it. He was like, no, I was fully awake. You've been asleep. I'm watching telly. I'm fully awake. And he said he just literally happened to notice something out of the corner of his eye, looked over, and saw my granddad. So I was like, well, how do you know it's my granddad? And he said, and he basically described him, because he's seen a few, obviously, photos. We've got photos of my granddad like around the house, in frames and stuff on the wall. And he said, I know his face because of the photos, and I just know it was him. Like, he described him to literally a T. Like, everything that he was wearing is what Grandad would wear. Grandad always wore ties, like even like years after he'd finished work. He wanted to be smart still as an elderly gentleman, and he'd always wear a big, it was called a kipper tie, so it was like a big tie. And Nathan described this tie and a colour suit, the black dark suit that he loved and he'd wear quite a lot. He said that he'd had a newspaper sticking out the pocket of the suit, which my granddad used to do because he loved horse racing and dog racing. Bad gambler, granddad. Bless him. But yeah, he'd always literally walk around with the newspaper on the racing section, like in his pocket, so he could just pull it out and have a look at the racing. And he said he had a mug of tea, which is another thing. My granddad always, like literally, was obsessed with drinking tea, and he did have it in a mug. It was just really weird. So, that kind of, it freaked me out, but it gave me comfort to know that Grandad was then. And Nathan said, like, he was just literally smiling, like, so happy. So in my mind, it's like he was giving approval of me and Nathan, and he could see I was happy with him and stuff. I don't know. But, that was pretty, like, weird. And he was also standing right in front of the chair in our front room, which was, as we called, Grandad's chair. That's where he always sat. He didn't sit anywhere else unless he had to, but he'd always sit on that chair, and that's where he was standing. So that's that. Nathan has also seen a little girl spirit in the garden. He was outside having a cigarette. Doesn't smoke anymore. He's a good boy. He's quit. But yeah, he was smoking at the time. It was like a few years ago now. And he saw a little girl. Oh, by the way, when it comes to my granddad, he said he literally just disappeared. Like, he said he was like, not see-through or anything like you see on the films. He was like just solid, like a real person standing there, and then he just disappeared, like literally gone. Anyway, but yeah, he saw the little girl in the garden, and he said she was a little girl, blonde hair, and she had a really, really like happy little face, and little like, I think he said a white dress on. And yeah, same thing. Just saw her, look completely solid, and then she just disappeared. So yeah, that was kind of spooky. And then over the last few years, Nathan's moved in, which is great, obviously. And we've done like different like EVPs, because we are into the paranormal, both of us. We believe in spirit and that, and we've got like special recorders that we could do EVPs, so we can catch basically sounds and stuff that any spirits would make. And also we've got like camcorders we've had over the years set up and things like that. And like over the years we've caught like orbs like coming out of nowhere. There's been lots of times where I've filmed videos for my YouTube channels, and in the background you'll see like a random orb coming out, which is pretty cool. And sometimes when I've spoken about my grandma or granddad, like you'll see an orb go past or something. Yeah, like we've caught like breaths, the sound of a breath, like going in, literally into the tape recorder. No, none of us have been near it. We've left the tape recorder downstairs in the front room, and like you can hear like moving about, shuffling, things being moved, drawers opening and shutting when, you know, we're upstairs. Mum's in her bed, sound asleep. She don't wake up until the morning. We're in bed. You know, there's no one downstairs, but it's just really, really, really spooky. It's just been, yeah, like a few things really. And like I remember once, Nathan was sitting in the bath. I was sitting on the floor in the bathroom next to him, like just having a chat like you do with your partner. And then all of a sudden we heard this like scratching along our bathroom doors. Our bathroom doors are like wooden, it's like wood doors. So like someone had literally gone along the door, and we were both like, so that was pretty creepy. I'm trying to think of everything. Like, you don't remember everything. No doubt I'll press stop on this video and then think, oh, there was this and this. But yeah, as I say, like evidence-wise, we've had EVPs. I've downloaded this special program thing. I'm not very good when it comes to technology, but yeah, it's basically so you can see if there's spikes in sounds. Like if you record sound, and you'll get the spikes, and then we'll go and listen to that point and hear anything. Just really weird. Like we've had things move, like things have gone missing. Like sometimes I can't find my glasses, and I always leave my glasses in only like two places. They're either in the front room on the sofa where I've been reading, or in my bedroom, and like randomly they've ended up like on the hall floor and things like that. And you're like, what? Also, we have a spooky spare room, which is that little room at the end, which I keep looking around. I feel like they're watching me. But yeah, that's like a little spare room, and our friend sleeps in there sometimes. And she's seen things as well. She's said that she's seen an old lady standing outside me and my mum's bedroom, which looked like grandma. She's also seen grandma, possibly grandma, in the actual room as well, in her room where she sleeps, in the spare room. And we've heard like knocking on the cupboards and things like that. We also conducted like a communication session. It was me and Nathan and my dad, and we sat in that room, and we were just like asking, is there anyone here? If there is, please tap, or please make a sound. And literally a tap. It was really weird, and literally none of us had done it. We were all looking at each other, so we know we hadn't kind of done this to be stupid. And we just kept asking it questions, you know, tap twice for yes, tap once for no, that kind of thing. And it literally was going along with the questions. Some of the questions we asked were like, you know, are you a family member? And they said no. And then we found out one of them was a woman. We said, are you male, female? They said a woman, like 2 taps for a woman. It's just really weird. And then it just stopped. Like they wouldn't make any sound anymore, so we kind of give up. But I think with spirit, it takes a lot of energy for them to communicate. So that's that. But anyway, fast forward to Friday. Okay, literally a few days ago. And as I say, nothing in this house, you know, it's been spooky and stuff. And as I say, I've heard things, I felt things, but... And Nathan's seen things, but the things he's seen have been really, you know, like, not scary, like, looking, just, well, it's scary in the way that they're obviously ghosts, but not scary like anything out of a horror movie. Until Friday. I actually feel really uncomfortable talking about this, but I want to, because I'm a kind of person that if I feel uncomfortable or upset about something, if I hold it in, it actually makes me more anxious, so I just want to be like, get it out of my system. But basically, Nathan said he was here Friday morning. He works from home, and he was looking at the laptop like you do, because he's working, and eating his lunch at the same time, and he just happened to look up, right, this is truth, he looked up, And he said he saw right at, I don't know, I'm thinking you'd know my house, but basically the lounge where he sits, the front, like the front room, there's a door like that opens into the hallway. And he said he literally looked up and saw, oh my God, it freaks me out. He saw something that he can only describe as looking like the girl from The Ring. And I was like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And he said basically, this head, I'll try and do it how he's kind of showed me, but it won't really. He said it was kind of like, whew. So it was kind of watching him from the, like, peering out round the side and then disappeared. And after that, he never, you know, saw anything else. He said he was too scared to like get up and have a look, see if there was anyone there, because you know, clearly there wasn't. And he said all it was like this. It's really weird. He said it was like long hair, not as long as mine, apparently like down to like shoulder length. So, but it was all over the face like that. And all he could see, he couldn't see any of the face, but he could see these bright blue eyes. Like, he said they weren't lit up or anything, but they were like really, really bright blue eyes, like human eyes. But he said they were very big eyes. And he just saw this hair. So no face, but two eyes peering through, going, oh, I've got to do it properly now. I was like, there we go, like that. So he's kind of peering around the side and then, ooh, just disappeared into the wall. He said it went kind of into the wall. There's nowhere else for it to go. It just went to the right into the wall that's there. My hair looks a mess, sorry. But yeah, he was really freaked out by it, and now he's told me, obviously I'm really freaked out, and I think, you know, are they there? Because as I say, everything that we'd seen or heard or whatever in the past had been quite friendly and family stuff, and now I've got this vision of this crazy, scary, like, The Ring girl. I looked it up actually on Google. I can't remember the name of it, but there is apparently a female spirit, like a Japanese kind of folklore myth thing that The Ring is based on, and The Grudge, where the spirits are female and they have their hair over their face. Onya or something like that. I'm probably saying it wrong, but anyway, but it is apparently a common Japanese myth of a ghost. So I don't know, like, it's kind of freaking me out. Well, it's really freaking me out because, as I say, I'm alone in my house sometimes. Not that much because Nathan's normally here with me or my mum. But I don't know. Like, every time I'm sitting downstairs, I'm like looking at the doorway like that, thinking, is it going to peer around? Or if, you know, if I'm in the shower, I keep looking and thinking, like, I don't know. Maybe it was just a spirit that appeared and they just went. Because some spirits, like, stay in the house. Others kind of, you know, apparently they travel on and things like that. There's also a part of me, if I'm honest, that's thinking, is this a little bit, I don't want to say the word, but demonic? Oh, I said it. Because that's actually quite frightening. Like, I'm cool about saying, yeah, I love spooky stuff. Yeah, it's all good with the odd bump in the night. I don't really want anything like dark and scary like that in my house. And then I kind of think, God, like, what if it happens again? What would I do? Like, if I'd have saw it like he did, I don't know, I'd probably had like a heart attack or something. I don't know. But he did look really freaked out when he told me. Like, it has got to him. Like, he's a very brave boy, but he's also human. And, you know, he's seen something that looks like The Ring staring at him. He said it was literally staring at him, right at him, and then just went. So now I'm just like, I don't know. I'm proper on edge. And also when I've done like live shows and stuff on my other YouTube channel, I've done live shows and you can hear, like, viewers will literally hear it as I'm hearing it, like voices and things like that. And it's not Nathan and it's not me, that the microphone is so sensitive that it's picked up and stuff like that. So they're definitely communicating with us, but I'm happy if they're just like living here or visiting and they're friendly, happy ghosts. But I'm just now frightened, like, the thought of seeing something like what Nathan saw literally terrifies the hell out of me. But yeah, like, I don't even know what you do. Like, if your washing machine breaks down, you get someone to fix it. Do you know what I mean? If your toilet breaks, you get someone to fix it. And what do you do if you've got a ghost in your house? Like, obviously, you know, people have like exorcisms and stuff, but I'm Jewish, so I'm not going to have a vicar come around and do all that kind of stuff. It wouldn't feel right. But I don't know if like rabbis do it. I think they do. I know there was a film out a few years ago that is about like a scary horror film, and in that a rabbi done like an exorcism. So there must be a form of Jewish exorcism stuff. But I don't want to start getting into all that because once if like my grandma and granddad are here as spirits and the friendly spirit that lives here or whatever, I don't want to like get rid of them because they're nice. It's just the thought of a darker energy that petrifies me. I hope it's a one-off, you know, and as I say, even that day, like, you got to think positive, it never attacked him, it never went for him, it kind of backed off. Maybe it was just intrigued, wanted to check him out, who he was, what he was doing. And as I say, we've not been hurt. That was Friday, it's now Sunday, nothing's happened to any of us, we're not been hurt or anything, so I'm just gonna, yeah, because I'm such an anxious person, like, I don't want to get more anxious. Like, when I'm in my house, I feel comfortable and less anxious than I do out and about. So if I start feeling anxious in my house as well, I'm just like, oh God. But hopefully it'll be okay. So yeah, now I'm going to talk to you about and show you Colin the puppet. So yeah, he was a gift to me. So, by the way, if you don't like, sorry, my hair's a mess. If you don't like puppets and dolls and stuff, then this part is definitely not for you. But yeah, this was a gift from my granddad when I was really, really young. He got it in London, and I always remember Granddad laughing, saying, "Oh, he's a haunted puppet." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's a haunted puppet. The man in the shop said he's a haunted puppet." But, you know, and I used to think, like, he was just, like, joking with me. My granddad had, like, a dark sense of humour like me, so I just thought he was, like, winding me up. And over the years, like, I don't know, like, things have happened with him, and I'm thinking, was he joking? But yeah, he's really old. Like, as you can see, he's lost that eye. He's still got this eye, but he's lost this eye. So my mum like coloured it in years ago to make it look similar to the other eye. And he's got this little thing at the back here. You can just press the lever, and his mouth opens. But you literally have to physically press this lever down to make his mouth open, okay? That is proof, is it? You can't just open. Obviously you can like that, but it doesn't just open on its own. Or does it? Yes, it does. So basically, as I say, you can only open the mouth by doing this with the lever or by physically touching it with your fingers. But there's been times, right? Okay, this is when now you think I'd be more freaked out about this, but this doesn't freak me out because I love teddies and dolls, and I'm a bit weird in the fact that I do think they have some form of, they do hold some energy, I believe. I believe that all my dolls have a certain character and a certain spirit and stuff. Now that's just when it gets really weird. But anyway, that's why, like, a lot of people who do like collect haunted dolls and stuff, they're not really scared of them because they feel something from them and they like them. So, like, this doesn't scare me because I know that I love him and he's not going to hurt me, kind of thing. But yeah, basically, we've sat there and seen his mouth, like, move like that with no one. Obviously, I'm touching it now, but it's literally like we've been sitting there and you see that and you're like, did he just move his mouth? And you're like, no, it didn't happen. And then, like, you know, it happened again and you think, actually, it did happen. So that's pretty freaky. Other times as well, he's been twisted round. So if I can show you, I lift his top here. I feel like I'm exposing him. Yeah, so basically, this is the way he's at the front. So his feet are like that, yeah? But we've actually found him where he's been, like, twisted round. So he'll be basically back to front. So it'll be like that. See what I mean? Like, back to front, which is really weird because I'd never leave him back to front. I'd always leave him the proper way. Also, sometimes there's, like, a weird smell of, like, cigarettes around him. And as I say, none of us smoke now. It's not that often. It's just now and again you get, like, a smell of either cigarettes or, like, I don't know, like a cigar. Mixture of, like, a cigarette and cigar smells, basically. Like, the scent of it round him. Sometimes, basically, I always leave him with his little hat on. Sometimes hat just, like, hanging off like that. And I'm like, no, I always leave his hat on. So that's a bit weird. And I don't know, there's just something, like, he's been in, like, a few of my my videos on my old channel, my other channel, but like, people have always been, like, really uncomfortable when I brought him in. Everyone's commented, like, oh, he's a bit scary. I think he kind of gives off something scary. To me, not so much. I think he's awesome, and if he is haunted, then he's not hurting me because I love him. But yeah, I don't know. Looking at him now, he's like, oh, but yeah, like, as I say, like, haunted dolls and stuff is like such a popular thing these days. There's so many, like, YouTube videos. I've read loads and loads of articles and stuff in books about people who collect haunted dolls. Some people have, like, rooms filled with lots of haunted dolls, and that is like mega freaky. But for me, like, it's just Colin, you know, the puppet. You know what I mean? He's not scary to me, but I don't know. It should be scary, shouldn't it? Really, but he's not. Oh, did his eye just move? No, that was because I moved him. Even though I'm freaking myself out. I looked in the camera and I was like, did his eye just go like that? Or maybe I'm imagining that. I'll have to look back at that. Might have been where I moved him. Maybe. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully nothing spooky will happen anymore. Obviously, I don't mind the odd footstep here and there. That's fine. But hopefully not any scary girls from the ring looking faces. Apparently, by the way, he said it was really, really tall. So it was either floating or it was really, really tall. It was definitely taller than him because he kind of reenacted it to me to show how, you know, he'd saw it. And it was taller than him. He said where it come up to, it was definitely taller than him. And we've often seen like black shadows kind of moving past that door. So, like, it's a glass door so you can see through it. And we've seen stuff move through it, past it. So I don't know. What is it? Anyway, thanks for watching the video. It's been interesting. Sorry I've been rambling on for like half an hour. I'm sorry my hair's a complete mess. I've had it tied up, so it's looking a bit of a mess. But anyway, I feel a bit calmer now, even though I've been talking about spooky stuff. But as I say, if you like build like your emotions up, like, and don't let them out, that's when it gets worse. So in a way, I feel good that I've spoke about stuff. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will be okay. Anyway, tell me if you've ever had any spooky experiences in the comments. I love to hear from you. I love your comments. Let me know if your house is haunted or if you know of like spooky stuff that's happened, like real stuff. And yeah, comment down below. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And all my social media links are down below in the description box. So Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Come follow me. Anyway, I'm off now. So goodbye from me. And goodbye. Goodbye.